Hi, it's Sensei Ron from Aruba once again. Behind me you notice these waves coming in, and they've kind of dug into that wall over there. And it keeps getting deeper and deeper as kind of a cave-like structure. And underneath me here it's the same thing. And you've got the waves crashing into the beach and building up sand over here. And they reminded me of a pattern. And obviously this pattern runs day in and day out. The waves coming in, the waves wearing away at that structure over there. And it reminded me that we all have patterns as well, that we run on a daily basis, just like these waves. We have positive patterns, we have negative patterns. It might be a good idea for you to look at the patterns that you're running daily. We have patterns of doing, in other words, of taking action in the way we do things. We also have patterns of not doing. We also have patterns of thinking. In other words, you could be running a pattern of negative thinking or a pattern of positive thinking. We have patterns of emotions that we show up with on a daily basis. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because largely these patterns are unconscious. We don't even realize we're running these patterns. To give you an example, something happens in our lives and some people react in a negative way and some people respond in a very positive way to the same event. So are you having reactions or responses? Are you running a pattern of reaction or response? Are you running a pattern of procrastination versus action? So if you look at your thoughts, if you look at your emotions, if you look at the actions you're taking on a daily basis, you'll find patterns in all of those things. And those patterns are either wearing away at the structure of your life, the structure of your business, the structure of your relationships, cutting away like those waves cutting into that wall, or they're building them up, like bringing that sand into that beach and building up and building up. So take a look at the patterns that you're running, because again, like those waves, they just come in and day out, and the patterns that you're running are going to build up or tear away at the structure of your life. Now, the way to conquer a negative pattern is to interrupt the pattern. For instance, if you find yourself running a negative thinking pattern, what you can do is put a little rubber band around your wrist, and every time you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, snap the rubber band and then change that thought to a positive. What you've done on an unconscious level is associate that negative thought with pain. And we human beings tend to avoid pain. So if you create a little pain response, like a little anchor, and then turn that thought into a positive thought, you recreate a new pattern in your life. Another thing you can do is use technology. Many of you have iPhones, and you have these different, on your cell phones, you have alarm clocks. And what you can do is set that alarm clock every hour of every day for 1 week. And see, just every hour when that alarm clock goes off, just stop. Stop whatever it is you're doing and ask yourself, what's the pattern you've been running in that last hour? Pattern of thinking, pattern of emoting, pattern of doing. Is it serving you or not? And this way you begin to interrupt the patterns of your life and be able to take control of them and change them into positive